Okay, so tonight we're gonna run back Mono Red Aggro and Pioneer that we played the other day. I have changed the list a little bit. I keep seeing lists of people that are playing 25 lands, and I just can't get on board with that. Like, to play 25 lands in an aggro deck and a mono-colored aggro deck seems crazy to me. But I also thought it was crazy to play 24 back in the day when everybody was playing Hazoret, so I don't know. We have cut. We were playing 3 Mizium Mortars in the main. We've cut Mizium Mortars for Lightning Strikes, and we're only playing 2 Lightning Strikes, and we're playing a 4th Bonecrusher Giant. And I've really changed the sideboard a little bit to what I think is better for the metagame right now. 3 Searing Bloods are really good for the low-to-the-ground aggro decks. 3 Roiling Vortex is really good against anything that's grindy or has life gain. 4 Lava Coils is great against a lot of things in the format right now. Rending Volley is awesome against Spirits. It can have other play in other matchups if we need it to. And 3 Soul Guide Lantern to really help us against like Croxa and or Phoenix in the metagame right now. So we're going to run the league like this. We went 3-2 in our league with Burn earlier. And I feel like our couple of losses went to game 3. Like, one of the matches we lost, I can't remember what we were playing against, but we lost because we just kind of like, we drew 7 lands and like 15 or 16 cards. Like, it was almost half of the cards we drew were lands. And then we lost the Burn Mirror in the other one. So, I really like this hand, especially on the draw, but I just don't think we're supposed to keep a 1-lander here, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I think this hand is automatically better. We'll keep this and put a Bonecrusher Giant on the bottom. And I'm saying I'm keeping the Torbran here over keeping... we draw a 4-drop and immediately make me regret my decision. But I think keeping the Torbran there is correct because we are playing 24 lands in our deck. Alright, well, we made a decision and we have immediately been throttled for making that decision. I still stand by it. We drew back-to-back 4-drops when we had 1 in our hand. There's only 6 in the deck. Alright. Nothing they play has haste. We didn't draw a land there. We're going to run out our Eidolon here. We're going to block, and hopefully we hit an untapped land so that we can play and kill the Winota here. Just Chariot. Oh, no. You're going to get a trigger off the land. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, A, we drew like garbage, and B, that was just insane. Alright, Searing Blood and Lava Coil seem like our best bets here. Gatekeeper does not feel promising. Like, Eidolon's good on the play. I don't... Cut a Torbran here. Lightning Strikes are good. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can cut a Chandra here to help with the curve, and then... I don't play that many 1/1s, but First Strike is really good against this kind of stuff. I like Ferocidon. Prevents life gain nonsense. This is tough. This might be like one of the hardest cuts. Man, because you don't want to cut Bonecrusher Giant. Like, I think we're just going to cut a Ferocidon here. I think that's how we want to see it. Okay, this hand's really good. Like having Play with Fire on turn 1 for their more than likely Mana Dork on turn 1. They didn't have one game 1. I have to say, Winota not having a Mana Dork on turn 1, game 1 is pretty surprising. Like their 7 still ended up being pretty good because of the layer of the Hydra. We're just going to say go here. Okay. Played into the Bugbear, say go. Hold up Stomp here. Alright, well we gotta get something on the field, so we're gonna Stomp them. Alright, play Bonecrusher Giant, say go. Hopefully they run out like a Brutal Cathar here or something like that so that we can kill it. Alright, we're going to kill this. I'm going to play Den because Bonecrusher Giant or the Stomp and Play with Fire have the same effect here. There is nothing better here about us playing Alright, kill a token. I'm going to attack and see what they do here. Alright, so they have to have like Winota or something here to be able to crew the chariot. And, I mean, if they do, they do. But they have to hit like Tovlar, or like the 6-drop Tovlar, whatever it's called. Alright, Innkeeper is not going to crew the chariot. Voice of Resurgence. Alright, we're going to shove in with the clowns here. So, kill both of those. They take 6. And we can hold up Play with Fire here. Yeah. Yeah, so they don't get a token off of us casting a spell during their turn now. They just get the... it's just the power and toughness. The tokens only come. The token generation only comes from actually having Voice of Resurgence. They could play the 6/6 here if they wanted to. Play Chariot number 2. Okay. I mean, unless they're going to kill us here, we're not really going to do anything because it doesn't matter. Like, because we're just going to play with fire them at the end of the turn and then use Ramunap Ruins. No, I'm not going to block. We'll put that on top. We haven't shown them Chandra during the series yet, so I'm not going to now. Maybe we want Rending Volley here? Like, is that something that we should consider, bringing in the Rending Volleys? We bring in a couple of Rending Volleys here. There's a lot of white creatures in their deck. Let's try it like this. I don't know what the most correct way to board here is. Well, I'll tell you, this hand's not going to do it. Our opponent keeps 7. That's tough. And we have no interaction here. Yeah, this is probably going to end with a loss for us here. We don't have Searing Blood. We don't have anything. Of course, the one game we don't have something to do on removal spell on turn 1, well, we did draw the Play with Fire. Drawing Play with Fire is pretty good. It is ironic that the first hand we keep all game, they have a Dork. Say go. Well, they don't have white mana, so that's interesting. This is actually going to be pretty good. We're just going to say go here. I mean, maybe they're sandbagging the white source here. Because they jam white source and then play Chariot. Like, in sandbagging the white source isn't a bad idea, because if I think that they can't play Winota, I am sometimes inclined to play differently. We're just going to run out the Chainwhirler here. Attack for 4. Our opponent didn't play a land. Our opponent didn't play anything last turn, so... Wow, and they concede. Alright, well, our opponent... Man, they must have drawn the Forest is the only reason I can think that they would play the Branch Loft pathway on the white side. Or on the green side there instead of the white side. Knowing that they need a white land. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, is that they thought not having white, they thought that having another forest was going to be more important than having a white source there. And I mean, I don't know. From my experience with the Winota deck, the mana base is the worst part about it. Like, the mana base is what gets you. Well, 1-0 with the old mono red aggro deck. I think Cemetery Gatekeeper was like a really good addition to this deck, honestly. I like that it feels like every other set, like they give us a good enough red card to add to like the red aggro deck or the burn deck or something like that. Like I really enjoy it. Oh, Lord. Hopefully it didn't take us too long to find a match here. Oh. Kind of tired. I can tell it's getting to the end of the week. Just kind of like drained. Man. Come on, Moto. Let's find an opponent. We've been finding games pretty fast tonight. I'm kind of surprised it's taking so long now. Well, alright, ask for a match and you get a match, I guess. Yeah, we can't keep this hand as much as I'd like to. We're going to keep this and ship a land to the bottom. Since we're playing 24, we're very likely to draw another one, especially in like 3 or 4 draw steps here. Play with fire? Alright, we'll say go here. Alright, so this feels like Gruul Aggro here. And bad news is that next turn our opponent can play a G-Banger, which is not very, very good for us. Well, if they have a red source, they can. They had a red source, but they didn't play it. So this is definitely Collected Company. I thought it was Collected Company. I don't know what our opponent's doing over there. That was weird. Oh, it's Naya Winota. Torbran's really good here. Lets us put on a lot of pressure. And then next turn we can really turn up the jam with Stomp from Bonecrusher Giant. Oh yeah, Brutal Cathar's good here. It does get rid of our Torbran, but we have the Stomp, so that's sweet. Question is, are you attacking with the Elemental token here? No. Stomp this. Attack for a bunch. Our opponent concedes. Alright. We're playing as Naya Winota again. I do like Torbran in this matchup. It's just so... I don't know. That's how we sideboarded last time. I think I'm going to run it back like this and see if it's good enough. I like Lightning Strike's instant speed ability, but this is one of those times that I wish we were playing Museum Mortars. Like... I don't know if there's like indefinitely a wrong or right way to sideboard in this matchup here. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough reps in with all of these like red decks in this format to say whether that's true. Yeah, serving up 1. I'm just going to hold up Lightning Strike here. I see no reason to play anything. If they play like Tovlar here or anything like that, or anything of that nature, we're just going to Lightning Strike. Chariot's pretty tough. And we're going to kill a cat token. Play Chainwhirler. Now, unfortunately, land Winota here is really good for them because they get to copy the token and everything. Like, yeah. Now, we have Chandra plus next turn for mana into Lava Coil, which is pretty good. Oh, Brutal Cathar is a beating. All right. All right, well, unfortunately, that's the best play we got here. We can throw our Eidolon in front of whatever we're trying to do here. Ranger class is really good. Now, these 2/2s are going to beat us to death. Next turn, it really feels like we need to draw into, like... Man, I don't even know what we're looking for here. Use this token and this wolf token to crew the chariot. Yep. Do this, take 5, go to 2. Whoa. Alright, so that's not bad. Okay, hang on. So what's the play here? Like, what are we doing? So we go Chandra minus on a cat token, and then we play Rending Volley on Brutal Cathar to get our Chainwhirler back, which kills that, and then we're just still dead here, right? Yeah, it just doesn't matter what we do. We're just dead here. I'm not gonna lie, Rending Volley was a pretty sweet draw step there. We were just too far behind too fast. We brought in our removal there. I still like the way we had the deck set up. This hand's good. We have a threat on turn 1, followed by either Eidolon if they don't play a dork or multiple removal spells here. So this hand feels like it has the juice. I'd trade that second Soul-Scar Mage for a third land here. But I mean, again, you can't have it all. It's kind of what I keep going back to here. I just did not play my land. I'm just playing too fast here. Definitely just messed that up right there. Because I definitely should have gotten an extra point off of that. Our opponent should be at 16. The downfalls of me like playing so fast sometimes is that I just click through and do dumb things like that. Am I just playing Bonecrusher Giant here? No, I think it's Lava Coil and Soul-Scar Mage here. Lava Coil is like one of our cleanest answers to Winota here, but I think it's good to keep the... I think keeping pressure on our opponent here, we might can get into a spot where we force them to make a mistake. The fact that they've had to shock in twice is awesome. There's another Voice of Resurgence. Ranger class, okay. We would love to see a land here. Attack. We're going to stomp. According to how they block, we're going to stomp, and then we're going to cast the Eidolon in our hand. Alright. Well, we've put a good amount of pressure on here. Our opponent shocks again. I mean, maybe they have like it's possible they have Chariot here. All right, we're gonna play Bonecrusher Giant. Say go. If one of the last if the last card in their hand here is Winota, that's pretty bad for us. Or if the card they draw here is Winota, that's also really bad for us. Like maybe not game over kind of bad, but it's not good. That was a really good draw step. All they did last turn was put a counter on Ranger class and then not attack. So tells me that their hand is pretty bad here. Block Bonecrusher, Eidolon, take 2, go to 7 here. Just trying to... Alright, so our opponent's just trying to preserve life total here. Alright, now our opponent concedes. What are we drawing into? Another mountain. Alright, well, we've beat Winota twice. I don't really know if it's a good matchup for like the mono red deck or not. I'm going to be honest, it doesn't feel great, but it feels like our hand has lined up a couple of good ways back-to-back games, so we've kind of gotten, I don't really want to say lucky, but we've drawn pretty good there. All right. Did I miss it? Like I normally don't, but last round I missed it. So, or last league. Last league I missed it when we were trying to. I was playing on my phone. All right, here we go. We're on the draw. We're on the draw, like, and this is like we have multiple one drops here. I'm inclined to keep this. We're playing 24 lands, so I mean there's a decent chance we draw out of our one lander here. And of course, we draw a 3-drop and a 4-drop. Wow. Alright, well. I continue to keep one-landers, and I continue to believe that it is the correct decision. Like, I'm sorry, Moto can blow it out his butt. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we're playing 24 lands in an aggro deck, and I'm keeping a hand with multiple 1-drops. Like, alright, I'm going to attack and then I'm going to try to get Eidolon down, even though we're either walking face first into another Censor because they probably have another one, or we're walking face first into a Supreme Verdict. Jawari Disruption. They're playing Jawari Disruption and Censor. I wonder if they split the numbers there in order to make the land count work for them. That's interesting, though, that's what they're doing. Our opponent does not have a 4th land, which I find very interesting. We're going to attack and then run out the Eidolon we just drew. They might have an Absorb here, but we can't not play our spells to this point. Alright, we're going to attack. I'm kind of glad that our opponent did that because it gives us the opportunity to kill their shark and get in for 2. Yeah, I mean, they might just be trying to find another card here also, like seeing another card here. It does keep us off of Gatekeeper that turn, but like this feels like Teferi. Alright, play with Fire Teferi. Alright, Teferi down to 1. We're going to play Gatekeeper here. Hopefully they don't have another Censor effect. Getting down Gatekeeper would have been pretty good. But I also like having Teferi at 1 because I think we do need to put pressure on the Planeswalker. Chandra, Awakened Inferno. Okay. So we get to stomp Teferi here, but don't add anything to the board. I'd rather have the play with Chandra where we can play Chandra plus for mana stomp the Teferi. Had Supreme Verdict. Alright, apparently my phone doesn't know the conjunction wasn't. Contraction, whatever. Oh. Alright. Alright, well, hopefully they don't have a counter spell here. Alright, our opponent has 2 active planeswalkers here, and we just did not rip land, so we're just going to concede here. Let's see. Play with Fires seem like probably our worst card. Yep, let's take out the Play with Fires. Leave in everything else the way we have it. I like this. We don't have a turn 1 play, but we do have Eidolon on turn 2, which is really good. Now, if it's anything like last games, we'll get screwed because we won't draw lands. Like, I've been playing like these mono red aggro decks in Standard for like hot minute now, and every single Standard, I find myself multiple times keeping these 1-2 land hands on the draw because I have, like, I'm playing 24. I'm like, okay, I'm willing to take that chance. Like, now we actually ended up peeling into a land here, so I'd like to hit another one if I can. Hopefully we can dodge Anger of the Gods here. Hopefully they're relying on Supreme Verdict. Well, that's not bad, but I would have liked to have been able to get down Chandra this turn. I'm just going to hold up the Stomp here. It plays around Censor, and they'll probably have to tap out for Supreme Verdict. Yeah, we're going to put you to 9. I should have waited until after the Eidolon was gone. I just cost myself 2 points for no reason, so that was just kind of wrong. We're going to take our chance to get Chandra down here. Resolve a Lightning Strike while we can. I feel like that is one thing that people didn't do enough during Standard, and I feel like it's probably something people don't do enough now when they're playing Chandra, is I did not plus for mana enough. Like, I understand that there's value off the 2 damage off the top card, and then I get to leave the Lightning Strike in my hand, but using mana on Chandra is one of my favorite things to do. Like, that is one of the most underutilized abilities on a Planeswalker, in my opinion. Fateful Absence is my Chandra. Okay. A land would be cool here. Untap land. So I'm just going to put you to 2 with the land here and just say go. Our opponent just concedes. Okay. That's interesting. That's one thing that, like, I feel like really separates, like, good aggro players from bad aggro players is, like, in that spot I feel like a lot of people would have played the Bonecrusher Giant or played one of the Rampaging Ferocidons in our hand and then cracked the clue. That's not a bad line by any means, but I think it is better to attack and put our opponent to 2 in a turn that we know that we can, and then have more cards in our hand later in the game. That's a very personal way I like to, like, it's personally how I like to play the game, but I think it's better. Yeah, we don't want any of this stuff. We're just going to leave it the way that it is. Hopefully our opponent doesn't, but they probably have some number of Sunset Revelry in their deck that they can just, like, blow us out with. I don't think I can keep this hand on the draw. I think this hand's a lot better. We can put Play with Fire on the bottom. Maybe we should have put Bonecrusher Giant on the bottom and kept the Play with Fire, because we get to scry and then we get to play Gatekeeper into instant, which means that all of their counter spells then require them to shock themselves to play them. But we ended up drawing Soul-Scar Mage, so we probably would have just played that. We would have definitely just played the Soul-Scar Mage over the Play with Fire on turn 1 anyway. Now, unfortunately, it does not get a card here, but we are getting a body on the field, so... Now our opponent gets to hold up Censor here. More than likely. Land, please. Alright, well, wasn't a land, but... I mean, we were on the draw and kept a 2-lander and still didn't draw a 3rd land. Like, I don't really feel like there's much of a way to look past that other than, like, we're just getting got by Moto. Like, that is a scenario that will come up basically never in paper Magic. Looks like our opponent's probably still holding up Censor here. We're just going to go ahead and run out one of our threats. Maybe they shocked in to play a removal spell there. Okay. I mean, Fateful Absence is keeping our board clean, but at the same time, it's giving us clues. So if this turns into one of those long, grindier games where we end up having some threats on the board, like, clues are good. Probably an Absorb coming here. Go ahead and run out Torbran here. See if this gets met with a counterspell. Alright, well, our opponent is low on cards, and we do have a couple of clue tokens, so as long as they don't have, like Expressive Iteration would be a good one for them, 5 mana to Fairy would be a good one for them, like, we're kind of just hoping to dodge, like, a bigger threat here. Run out Chainwhirler. I imagine one of the cards in our hand is probably a Supreme Verdict. So we're just going to go ahead and try and get the Supreme Verdict out of the way here. Maybe not. Okay. I'm going to attack because no! Son of a... God almighty, I even clicked the attack thing. Alright, well, that's infuriating. That just sucks. Alright, so what's the best way to recover here? Alright, we're going to say go. Man, that really sucks. But we're just going to say go here. If we've given our opponent a free turn, like we give our opponent a free turn, but if that turn costs us the game, then that turn costs us the game. There's nothing we can do about it from here. Our opponent doesn't play a land and says go. We're going to stomp them here, and then we're going to draw a card. And if we're lucky, we'll bait out a counterspell here on the stomp. Probably not. The only reason I could think of that they would counter my Stomp here is if they have double counterspell. Yep. You go to 21. I'm going to crack a clue. Now, playing Chandra has the highest upside here, but playing Chandra also has the highest downside here. Let's attack. Maybe they have a Settle the Wreckage. No, they're just taking it? Okay. Alright, they have to have a Supreme Verdict. They're going to slam here. Alright, so if we slam Chandra, right? If we slam Chandra and they don't, like, and they counter it, we get to do nothing else except attack for 5. If we play Torbran and they counter it, like, or they have a removal spell, like, that's still, like, not great for us, but it's fine. I don't know. Playing Chandra was the highest down, like, the biggest downside play there. I need Chandra on the field. Like, I need Chandra to resolve. Having another one's pretty good backup. If my opponent has their third Absorb here, they have their third Absorb. But maybe they have a Negate. Dovin's Veto. Yeah. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we don't get to do anything else this turn, but in my head, they weren't countering my creatures. It should have clicked to me that they had a Dovin's Veto. It's just one of those times when I just wasn't thinking about it. They finally pill it to Fairy. Now they're casting a Shark Typhoon. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a real problem. Okay. Gonna make a 1/1 Shark. So see how they scry, they put one card on the bottom. So now we're gonna plus make some mana at 3, cast the Bonecrusher Giant. And now we have a Bonecrusher Giant and a Chandra in play versus their 1/1 Shark. Now they scryed a card to the bottom. Hopefully they just kind of break into a land here. I don't really feel like they have a land because they haven't played one the last couple of turns. Alright, they're going to kill our Chandra here. Well, there's 2 of them gone. There are 2 more left in the deck, but alright, attack. We're going to double block. Okay. Alright, we're going to hit him with the Ramunap Ruins here. Start throwing lands at him. Yeah, put you to 11. Mountains are like the worst draw here. Like, those are the things we don't want to see. Having Ferocidon in play feels pretty good. Just a Fairy. Chandra's also really good. Nah, that's a problem. Like, that might be game, honestly. Chandra off the top for the game is really good. You know, the worst part about this matchup is that this is a really good matchup for us. Yeah, Eidolon's doing nothing but killing us here. This is a really good matchup for us. Like, we just got behind and couldn't catch back up. Oh, man. Good draw steps from our opponent here. Like, we had a good aggressive start to this game, but I would have loved to have seen a Vortex. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call off the dogs here. Not much we're doing from there. Um, that last game wasn't very close, but we also like game one. We also kind of gave them a game because we kept a one lander and we didn't get there. All right. Did we miss a match here? No, we're still searching. All right. So we lose a close one to Jeskai Control. All right. And good luck, opponent. We have 2 lands and Eidolon, so I'm going to keep that, especially against Yorion. I think Ferocidon will be really good against whatever Yorion, like whatever pile they're playing with Yorion here, so. Our opponent shocks in. Plays some weird card I've never heard of. Feels like a Rashing Cleric, but it's a land on the other side, so okay. Just got control again here. Or I thought, what the hell are we playing against? Top 6 cards you library, non-create an all-land card from among them, put them into your hand. God-Pharaoh's Gift. Alright, our opponent's on something interesting here. And again, we're getting stuck on land in our 24 land aggro deck. So I needs to call whoever does the software for Wizards of the Coast and tell them that they're stupid. Probably going to discard God-Pharaoh's Gift here if I had to guess. Champion of Wits is such a good Magic card. Our opponent will block here if we attack, so I'm not going to attack. Rampaging Ferocidon prevents them from gaining life, which is really sweet. We could have played Chainwhirler there, but I don't think that was the correct play that turn. I think we need to have a little bit of patience there. Hitting an untapped land here would be awesome. Tap land these. Alright, we did it. Get to play Chandra, minus on this weird creature token. Attack our opponent for 3 here. We're leaving both taxing effects in both Eidolon and Rampaging Ferocidon in play, so our Faithful Mending is just terrible here. This is definitely a Roiling Vortex Soul-Scar Lantern matchup where we want both those cards, I feel like. What's wrong?
I left my straw in the
Alright, our opponent kills our Chandra here. Where was it?
my purse.
Oh, nice. Alright, so we put our opponent to 4 here. Put our opponent to 1, and the God-Pharaoh's gift will kill them, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so here we want Vortex, Soul Guide Lantern. I don't think we want to bring in our Lava Coils. These will be bad on the draw. Gatekeeper's good because it exiles cards. Ferocidon stops them from gaining life. Bonecrusher Giant is okay, I guess. I think we can cut a couple Bonecrusher Giants here. Like, you could make arguments for Rending Volley, Lava Coil, and Searing Blood, especially Lava Coil because it exiles everything. Maybe that's better than 2 Lightning Strikes and 2 Plays with Fire. 2... Let's try that. Oh, no. Wrong set of cards. It's kind of a lot of cards here to bring in, but, I mean, they're just a really wonky creature deck that doesn't do a lot if you can hate them out of the game, so this hand's really good. I like this. Play Soul-Scar Mage, they go. And then we have either Gatekeeper or Vortex here. Definitely going to play the Vortex, considering they didn't do anything. It's more than likely going to be better than the Gatekeeper there anyway. I'm just going to run out the Ferocidon and say go here. Rampaging Ferocidon is so good against this deck. Portable Hole. Probably take our Vortex if I had to guess. Alright, we're going to attack and then play with fire the Cleric. Our opponent takes 3. We play Gatekeeper here. We take 1. We exile their Cleric. So if they run out any more creatures, we have them taking 2 off the Gatekeeper. Their play is to put your into their hand this turn and say go. I feel like they're possibly running like Supreme Verdict here or something like that, so we're just going to say go. I don't want to walk face first into a sweeper and like lose our entire board here. And our opponent concedes anyway. I think, like, I don't know that they're playing Supreme Verdict because they are playing they are playing a refurbished God-Pharaoh gift deck there, but at the same time, I don't think we can take a chance on losing our entire board. Ferocidon and Gatekeeper were pretty taxing there, so Eidolon and Ferocidon was a sweet combo game one, game one. That ended up being a pretty sweet league right there, or that ended up being a pretty sweet game right there. Alright, here we go. Hi and good luck. This is for the 4-1. This hand's good. Again, we're a little short on lands, but we have one drop into Eidolon. Peeling Den of the Bugbear is probably our best draw step right here. Also settle for a mountain. And we'll say go. Got a pretty sweet little curve here for this match. Feels like our opponent's probably going to stomp our Eidolon here. If they were going to stomp our Soul-Scar Mage, they should have done it when we were tapped out. Definitely stomping the Eidolon here. We're going to get a couple of extra points in here. We're going to put Torbran on the bottom. As much as I would like to have Torbran in our hand, I don't think it's... We'd rather get 4th land to be able to play Chandra, play a land, hit, and play Chandra, then minus on the Bonecrusher Giant here, or minus on whatever they play. Yeah, untap land, please. Minus. Get in for 4. Now, the problem with this matchup that we learned last time we were playing this is that they have a lot of top in that we do not have. Like, Glory Bringer is really good. Like, they have a lot of good cards. No, we're not going to cast that. Kill one of these. Attack for 2. He'll probably trade and go to 2. Worst case scenario here for us is a Glory Bringer. Glory Bringer allows them to kill our Soul-Scar Mage and the Chandra. Link Collector feels like a pretty good start. They're going to give this haste. Kill our Chandra here. So we'll kill this, run out Bonecrusher Giant, put you to 3, and then we have multiple utility lands here. So we're in a pretty good spot. We're gonna make adding mana. Okay, so casting something for 4. Questing Beast? No. Gorklan Rampager? Okay. Just peel the lightning strike off the top. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay. Okay. In this matchup, we definitely want our Lava Coils. So, I've seen people bring in Searing Blood in matchups like this, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know that I really like it. Like, it feels pretty rough, honestly. Because, like, it's really good. I mean, it hits Voltaic Brawler, and it hits, like, Skoos, Burning Tree Emissary, Pelt Collector. Like, it hits a lot of the 1-drops, but I think we'd rather just have Lava Coils here. Maybe on the play we can bring in Searing Bloods. This is also a matchup where I'd rather have Mizium Mortars over Lightning Strike here. So, you know, when I'm looking at the format, there's quite a few matchups when I would rather have Mizium Mortars over Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike is good reach, and don't get me wrong, like I'm saying that after a game where we just won because we had Lightning Strike over Mizium Mortars, but Mizium Mortars off the top would have been really good there because it would have allowed us to kill either one of their threats and then put them to 1. So I think we got a mulligan this. We don't have a single removal spell. I think this hand's a lot better. Put the Gatekeeper on the bottom. Like, Gatekeeper is a good taxing card and has first strike, but at the same time, like, we're not putting Ferocidon on the bottom. We don't want to put our Soul-Scar Mage on the bottom. It allows us to shrink all their stuff, and we're definitely not putting Bonecrusher Giant back. So, I mean, and Play with Fire is, like, the obvious, like, turn 1 removal spell that we might need, so. Alright, we're going to run out our Soul-Scar Mage here. Is there a target goblin? Okay. I'm going to stomp this now because it gives us an extra point, and we can make that a 1-1, so. Voltaic Brawler's fine. Magma Spray that. Okay. They hit us to 19. Run out the Bonecrusher Giant here. Oh, Lord. Lava Coil the Bonecrusher Giant, okay. Experiment 1. We take 5, go to 14. Run out for Ferocidon, so go. Now when he goes to fight here, which inevitably he will, I feel like, Domri is a removal spell for him. Are you just plussing to plus? Or are you going to play something? Man, just plussing to plus? Okay. Alright, attack Domri. I mean, they can double block and trade here if they want, and, like, trading my Ferocidon for both of their creatures is okay. how this game is for us kind of depends on what he plays here. Creepy puppet. Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta take 5 and go to 8 here, which is not great, but man, that's tough. Alright. Oh, let's our opponent field a land too, I guess. I mean, their Den of the Bugbear is really good. Use that to fight. And the problem is that they grow the Pelt Collector. Alright, well. This is a tough one here. We're like in a there's a lot of things that kill us from here, so this is not going to be an easy game to get out of. It's possible for sure, but tough. Because literally any threat kills us. I mean, we're continuing to stay alive, but we still got to keep drawing well, and our opponent has to not draw a haste threat. That's the situation that we're in right now. Our opponent cannot draw a haste threat, and we have to draw well. I feel like when you have to put that many conditions around trying to stay alive, it's not good. Alright, I guess our opponent stepped away from there. Alright, well, I guess our opponent stepped away from their AFK right now. Well, we're just kind of hanging out till they come. Oh, there they are. Alright, gotta get back in the game. Gotta be focused again. Alright, we gotta get the pressure on here. I feel like they drew a Glory Bringer. So any land, any untapped land kills us here. Dang, that sucks. Well, they had a Glory Bringer in their hand. They had to. They had to have a Glory Bringer in their hand. I think Eidolon can be good on the play, but I think I would rather just keep all my top end threats. All of my cards that really allow me to just keep their stuff off the board and push the tempo at the same time. Yeah, this hand's good. We're going to keep it. Soul-Scar Mage and Chainwhirler in almost any hand is a keep, in my opinion. That's probably because I played during that standard, but it is also how I feel. Our opponent was nice enough to apologize. We're going to run out the Gatekeeper here. There was some consideration to holding up Lightning Strike for whatever they do into running out the Chainwhirler. Attack for 2. Gruul Spellbreaker is pretty good. Alright, we're just going to attack and see what our opponent does here. Okay, so we turn that into a 1/1, and then we stomp this. And we kill everything. We keep our entire board and sweep our opponent's board here. That felt like a pretty sweet turn there. It's one of those turns that having Lightning Strike was really good. I think, again, we're just shoving with everything here. Our opponent's probably blocking. I mean, I don't know if they block Chainwhirler and we have an instant speed spell, then it's a blowout. Alright, I'm going to run out Ferocidon because it gains life, or it stops life gain, and it's really good at, like, they just, now they're taking a damage here. Like, Chandra was awesome off the top right there. Send in with the clowns. You're at 2, and you have to attack my Chandra this turn, or you're just dead to the Chandra. Like, yeah, I was like, we were always ahead that game. Like, there was never a moment in that game where we were not ahead. That one turn where my opponent double blocked the Soul-Scar Mage changed the pace of the game. Like, that was the turn we won the game for sure. Alright, well, this was Mono Red Aggro. I think the changes that we made were really good. Lightning Strike versus Mizium Mortars, I'm still going back and forth on which one's better. If you guys have ideas, please let me know what you think. I like the instant speed interaction, but at the same time, Mizium Mortars is 4 damage. I really like the way we built the sideboard now. I changed the sideboard from the way it was last time, and I feel like it's a lot better than it was. 3 Soul Guide Lanterns might be too many, but the matchup you want Soul Guide Lanterns for, you want Soul Guide Lantern. I think only running 3 Searing Bloods was good. You won't play them a lot, but they are good. The couple of Rending Volleys was sweet, and Lava Coils and Vortex are just really good cards. So this was Mono Red Aggro.